Let's start. I think some familiar faces also there already, and so many newcomers also there. Just a second. Yes. Good. Just a second. Good. Now, I think you people may aware of this, that my name is Lila Ignatius, and this is the demo class about my subject polity and governance. Okay, and once you start the class and once you join the class, the regular things, so I will come and I will continue my classes related to polity and governance here in Career Launcher. And if people are having some doubt, any doubt related to this polity, so at least last 10 to 15 minutes I will give some time, so you can ask whatever the doubts you are regarding. You can chat me directly. So whatever the doubts you are having, you can immediately ask any number of questions, no issue. Okay, good. Vikram, yes, how to start read polity. Yes, all the things I will discuss in the last 15 minutes. First, I will brief about polity because some people already started other classes. Like I think geography is going on for this 2022 batch. And some other subject also they introduced. I think so. Yes, Vikram, it's right only now. Okay, so what we need to do, this is introduction about polity and introduction about a faculty. Like this manner, Career Launcher will introduce some faculties for every now and then. So once the regular class starts, the teachers will come and they will continue the discussion. Okay. So regarding myself, that I am the one for the past 14 years taking classes related to UPSC in various IAS Academy in Delhi and Tamil Nadu. Other than that, I am also having my own foundation in Delhi and other 5 states. And apart from this, I am also acting like a poll strategist. Being a political science teacher, I am also having my own company in India to do the poll strategy work for the political people, then various political parties around the country. Okay, in India also. So this is my introduction about myself. So what I am going to do right now, I need to discuss about my subject, polity. So before going to start already, Vikram also asked a doubt about that how we need to read, how, because the problem in that one related to UPSC, some people are familiar with arts background. Some other people are familiar with science background. For being a science graduate students, they are very difficult to cope up with the subject like geography or history or polity, one side. On the other side, some other subject like environment or science and technology and other various things are very easy to summarize. So my general suggestion, before going to start any subject, because this is the trend for the past 2 to 3 years is going on, the most important thing is that a student, before going to start his class, he need to revise, he need to start with the basic NCERT. The basic NCERT from 6th standard to 12th standard. For some subject, it is 11th and 12th only. Generally, from 6th to 12th is a good option. So you can able to get a minimum number of questions from that. But with the help of this basic foundation only, you are going to manage yourself. Because the moment the first class is going to start and suddenly you are opening a textbook and I am going to take what is constitution, it is very difficult for a student to write and think about constitution who never and ever studied humanitarian subject in his life. The same way, the moment immediately I am opening something related to biotechnology, DNA or coronavirus or bacterial infection, something in science and technology class, some teacher will come and teach. And arts background students don't have much knowledge about what is DNA and what is RNA, but teachers are having some more knowledge and they will start from the core rarely, but you get subject like science and technology or some other things, they will start immediately. So what a student need to do before going to start, the most important thing, you have to read NCERTs. I think some NCERT classes also going on, that's up to you. But my suggestion regarding my polity and governance in international relations or my political science optional, what I will usually do, tell to my students for the past 14 years is related to Just read basic NCERT first. Don't hesitate that you already done your graduation. And now I'm asking you to read 6th standard. It is a matter of 2 to 3 days. A student can able to read 6th standard NCERT. 7th, 9th, 10th, 12th, whatever it may be. But what generally students are doing in every subject, from my point of view, I'm saying, my experience I'm sharing. The moment we are asking to do NCERT, students are directly opening NCERT 6th, then completing 6th completely, then going for 7th, then going for 8th, 10th, 12th, like this manner they are going on. But my suggestion to my students so far, who cracked this examination in their first attempt itself, at the very young age, around 20 to 23, majority of my students, I think most of your seniors also knows about it, that they cracked with the help of this optional like political science or my subject like polity, governance, IR in paper 2, GS paper. The very most important thing is that if you are taking 6th standard, don't go and rush to try to complete the entire 6th standard. You take some chapters, introduction, basics. For example, polity, you take the basic things like preamble, for example. Try to learn about preamble from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th. So it will be very useful for you to start from the core and understanding the basics regarding preamble, then going for the next level in 8th standard, then going for next level in 10th or 12th or something like that. So you can able to collect all information about preamble from 6th to 12th. This is one sample only I'm saying. For my subject like polity, for any subject like history, economy, geography, if you are going like this, then you won't miss any point. It is little hard because once the classes is going to start and once you are in the midway, definitely I will also share my handwritten notes of my NCERT and my polity. You can able to compare the way how we discuss about polity, not 6th to 12th, from 6th secularism, 7th secularism, 10th standard secularism, and 12th standard secularism. Every point related to secularism from 6th to 12th combined in one place, and you can able to read that notes. Then going with the textbook like D.D. Basu or National Book Trust, that is authorized source of Government of India, or any guide like Lakshmikant, whatever it may be. It's up to the students. But if you can able to manage with the NBT, National Book Trust, for the matter of 300 to 400 pages, you can able to cope up with all your examinations related to polity. You can check with the previous year question papers. So this is the most important thing. Students need to keep it in their mind. They need to start with the NCERTs always, but don't go completely from standard to standard. Better you can take some chapters. Try to learn that chapter according to the syllabus. Any textbook, if you can able to take Lakshmikant as a guide, for example, from that area, chapter wise, you read it 6th to 12th. If this strategy is okay for you, then follow. Otherwise, you can make your own strategy, no worries. Because when the moment I am entering into my subject, especially related to the Union Public Service Commission, from my time onwards as a student, then later as a faculty, what I learned from this, some people may say this is Union Public Service Commission, and some other people will say it is an unpredictable service commission. So both the ideas are available in this market. Some people will say it is Union Public Service Commission only, we can easily do the work. Some will say that it is an unpredictable service commission. So what is the difference between predictable and unpredictable? The thing is that the person who can able to cope up with his syllabus, the most important thing, be careful as a beginner. Don't believe anybody. Just take syllabus, take old question paper of UPSC, and just apply any idea you are going through or you will get in future. Any strategy, any idea, any suggestion, any advice, any friendly message you are going to receive about Union Public Service Commission examination, particularly related to this syllabus. You must take the syllabus first, take old question papers of UPSC, check each and everyone's idea, if the idea suit you, it's not suiting you. If the idea suits according to the criteria of old question papers, then follow. Otherwise, don't waste your time related to these kind of things. Because already I told you, this is a market filled with a lot of n number of ideas. Particularly the subject like polity. The moment you are entering out of your house, people will talk about polity. People will talk about prime minister. People will say something about your chief minister. So this is the very common idea. But how you are going to show yourself before the examination, that is the most important. For example, the moment I am asking you to define, this is a simple strategy, then we will go to the subject. The moment I am asking you to discuss about some more ideas regarding Modi, for example, on the basis of the current situation in polity. What is this word Modi? How you are going to define about this word? Then the ideas are very clear. The way how you are presenting yourself, based on that you will get marks. Some people will simply say that the MODA means the method of developing India. I'm not talking about the Prime Minister of India. I'm just giving an idea, an abbreviation. A method of developing India. Suddenly from opposition side, somebody will say that it is a method of destroying India. It is depend upon the question, the way UPSC asked certain things, critically examine, or simply discuss, or simply explain, or simply comment, or critically comment. That slowly you will learn everything. Just you keep it all this idea in your mind. I'm asking you to critically comment about Modi. MODA, the popular word available right now in the country and Google also. I will say method of developing India. Someone will say method of destroying India. You have to analyze both ideas, method of developing India, method of destroying India. At the end, you are going to give one conclusion. That is the most important thing. That conclusion, not on the basis of the random thing, not on the basis of the emotional ideas. Everything should be on the basis of substantial evidence. This is the most important thing UPSC is expecting from students. People may say developing or destroying, but how you are going to prove that one with valid evidence is the very most important thing whenever you are entering into any subject. That is why I'm saying that whatever the subject it may, whatever the knowledge you are going to learn it. Take UPSC syllabus. Yes, Sunny. Conclusion is that in both the cases changes takes place. Yes, definitely. Because there is no fixed idea for fixed conclusion in UPSC. Depend upon the situation one and depend upon the question what they are asking. You have to change. That's the most important thing. That slowly, once we start our polity class, I will explain what is explain, what is discuss, what is comment, how to write that question related to explain, discuss, comment, substantiate, elucidate, critically comment, analyze, critically analyze, examine, critically examine. All the things we will discuss later. This is just an introduction about a teacher as well as his subject. Okay, Sunny? Good. So this is the case. First and foremost important thing related to this UPSC field, whoever it may be, whatever the experience he is having, you have to check each and everything through the syllabus of UPSC with the old question paper very strictly. If the ideas are really true based on these two, then follow. Otherwise, leave it and create your own strategy. One thing. And second thing, selecting a correct sources. Frequently, students are asking this question: how to select? Because we are also appearing in various boards in this UPSC examination. We are also sitting inside the board, UPSC, in the previous years conducted examinations, and what they are really expecting from. The most important thing is that the way how you are selecting, the way how you are making decision, that is the very most important thing. Here, decision is related to material. Because which source you are going to follow, which book you are going to refer, which material you are going to study, And that is the most important question and doubt the students are going to ask frequently, that which newspaper I need to study, how to study current affairs, how to cope up with this. I am working student, I am so and so. I can able to dedicate this much time only. How I am going? This is the very popular question in online classes. But the most, you can also Google it and you can also find a lot of the students in the previous year who already join in some services, who is working in private sector, etc. With the proper guidance and resources, they cracked this examination in their first and second attempt maximum. So the most important thing, the source and resource, generally people will follow. Every teacher will say that NCERT. So, NCERT textbook, school textbook you all are having. Other than that, yes, Fiza Malani, which is an important topic in polity. I will explain once we start the class, and I will explain each and everything. First, I'm talking about. I'm giving introduction about the subject NCERT. You must buy NCERT. Then, second most important thing, NBT, National Book Trust. National Book Trust, NBT. So the book NCERT and NBT, these are the authenticated source for UPSC, other than current related ideas, other than recently developed acts, amendments, recent updation, whatever the question UPSC has asked since 1979 to till date, since 1979 to till date, you can able to check with the help of NCERT and NBT. All the questions are available here, other than the current related topics, recent development, all the things. And what about the pages for these sources? NBT, for example, is the only textbook by the government of India regarding polity. It's approximately 300 pages. Leave this advertisement and all of the things, 300 to 350 pages. But if you are going for any guide, generally guide will go up to 1500, 1600, 2000 pages. But this book is more than sufficient. From my experience, I'm saying to crack this examination in your first attempt. Yes, all the things once the class starts, I think you can talk to your seniors that in my class, completely I will give tabular column, I will give flowcharts and comparison of parliament with the assembly, president with the governor, and money bill and each and every bill in a tabular column, Supreme Court with the High Court, Panchayat Raj, local body and urban body. Easily I will make tabular column, I will arrange bulletin points. At the end, it is easy for you to manage the entire core area of polity within one day. The way you are reading that tabular column, that's all. Because teachers are here to make the subject as simple as possible, not to make complicated one. That is why I'm asking you to refer the authorized source. What is necessary to go for authorized source? It will reduce your tension. It will reduce your burden. So which all inside books to be referred in which classes? Generally, 6th to 12th standard you can buy. 6th to 12th standard in online mode, everything is there. Yes, this class is free every day. And that you can talk to the management. I'm not aware of the procedures. So you can talk to the management. Okay, according to the schedule, I'm coming and discussing with you people. Okay. I will discuss once the class starts. I will discuss each and everything, since it is a what we say, that it is an introduction class, and I'm having only 1.5 hours. Normally, we usually take 3-hour class, per class 3 hours. But now I need to cut short everything for the entire polity. I need to discuss within 1.5 hour class. Okay, and last 10 to 15 minutes, you can ask your doubt. So it is easy for you to deliver my lecture first, and you can note your doubt at 10 minutes last. You can ask whatever the doubt, so it won't disturb my things. Okay, good. NBT, authorized source, limited pages, but every question appears. Even the question asked by UPSC 2019, 2020, that not available in any guide of polity. After question came in 2019 and 2020, 2021 edition, every guide added the question in that guide. And when you're seeing, when opening the guide, all the questions from that guide only. Okay, but NBT, NCRT, these are all 1980s edition, 2000 edition, 2001 edition. It is not every year edition. But whatever the question UPSC asked so far, other than the current related things, you can find all the questions from these two sources. First and foremost things. Okay. And second, the most important thing, already I told you, each and everything should be properly checked with the syllabus as well as old question paper. So the way you are selecting the wrong material of 1500, 1000 pages, etc., will make you as a material collector only, not a district collector. So what is your suggestion here? And what is your knowledge here that you want to be a district collector, not a material collector, not even a teacher. The teacher or material collector need to collect so many resources in order to study the subject well and explain the subject well. But for UPSC aspirant, he is an aspirant only. He need to have some knowledge, a jack of all trade, but master of none. This is the most important thing student need to understand. You are not here to get sent up 100 out of 100 like 10th and 12th boarding exams. You are here to crack. If you can able to score more than 40%, you will become all India topper. 40 to 43%, you will become all India topper. 40% to 38, you will become IAS officer. So what you need to do, select the sources a limited way. Within that source, limited source, authenticated source, within 1 year, a 13-month of prison-like atmosphere, you need to become a district collector or a district police superintendent or revenue service, whatever it is. So limit your source, an authenticated one. For Polity, I am saying that NCRT and NBT along with the class notes is more than sufficient. You just download the previous year class notes of mine and check 2019 or 18 or whatever the things, previous year class notes, not after that one. We are having an authentication through online sources now, online classes, online sources, online recording. You check each and everything with the proper appropriation, then finally you will find the satisfaction. This is the most important thing. You are not here to be a material collector. You are here to be a district collector. This is the most important thing student need to understand. So first and foremost important thing, proper source. Okay. And everything need to be checked with the help of syllabus of UPSC as well as question paper. Yes, no. That for the downloading the notes, I think the site, career launcher sites. So once you join and there is a proper mechanism, the dots are available, so you can download all the materials. I think the management people will help you to get all those things. Okay, good. So now this is the case. When I'm entering into polity, for example, so you can keep these things in your mind always. Source is very, very important. Some people already ask some question which NCRT books. At the end, I will say, please explain about word by word the source respectively. Okay. For this polity, NCRT and NBT along with the class notes, more than sufficient, more than sufficient. On aspiration, sample notes and other material. Yes. Yes, already is there. Free account on aspiration. Demo classes, sample notes. Okay, I think you can able to check through this thing. Okay, good. So now I need to come back to the polity. So most important thing when I'm talking about polity, my subject, I need to also discuss about the polity with the help of the simple logic and idea, constitution, simply. So I'm summarizing the entire thing what I discussed for the past 25 minutes. First important strategy that you have to check each and everything with the help of syllabus of UPSC as well as combined with the old question paper. Second, always go for authenticated sources. The notes which is available in the site, our career launcher site, and the way you are going to buy an authenticated source like NCRT and NBT, more than sufficient with the limited resources. Okay. And the third important thing, suppose if you already attended my demo class, you can have some logic. Already in every introduction class, I usually discuss this point. The very most important thing, every year, out of 100 question in prelims, out of 1000 mark in mains, even interview also. Every year, some year-based classification of questions are appearing. You can also check properly with the help of the question papers. You could go home today, immediately you open the question paper and you can check it. So when you are opening the question paper, the most important thing, the year-based classification is a very, very simple strategy. Keep on, we are saying such a long time, more than 10 to 14 years. But every year questions are appearing, students are struggling to identify. So what you need to do, if you are a beginner, I'm thinking that you are going to start from today onwards. Every subject, this strategy will apply. At least minimum 5 questions out of 100 in preliminary. Maximum 30 to 35 questions. You can check 2018 and 2019. 2018 question, that is the toughest question according to newspaper for the past 20 years. And the same strategy what I'm going to discuss. Out of first 50 questions, around 24 questions directly, 50% of the question directly appeared in the same strategy. You can take 2018 as the toughest question. Not the easiest question, I don't want to take it as an example. 2018 preliminary is the toughest one according to Hindu and other various newspapers. So you can take 2018 A series, you can take it. First 40-50 question, you can check it with the help of my strategy, and you will find out of 40 to 50 questions, minimum 20 to maximum 20-25 questions appeared from this strategy, through this strategy and this type of strategy. And every year some minimum number of questions are appearing. So along with your regular preparation, what you need to do from the very beginning of the day itself, you have to make some kind of classification of years. So now this is the very popular things everyone knows, but UPSC is asking this type of questions every year. You can check 2020 also. So 100 year, 75 year, 50, 25 year, and 0. This is the current related things with the help of newspaper. Here another 20 to 20, like 2018, it was 47 questions from current affairs. That means 0th year means newspaper. Okay. So remaining 10, 15, 20, 25, depend upon the hard work of individual. For some people say only 5 questions, but with the experience I can able to say that 2018 approximately 24 questions directly appear out of first 50 questions itself. I never checked the remaining 50 questions. A series first 50 question only I checked, and 24 questions appeared in this strategy. And current affairs another 20, 25, 20 to 47 questions. At minimum 25 to 30 questions every year. So easily you can able to crack the preliminary level. So that's strategy. Yes, wait, just wait. Just I will explain. What you need to do here when you are going to start. For example, I am considering you people are going to write 2022 examination. I'm considering this year. I don't know exactly, but make it as an example strategy. What you need to do. So in the year 2022, you are going to appear. So you need to know in polity, when you are going through polity, history, geography, economy, whatever the subject it may be. But suddenly you are reading something from NCERT, that what happened in 1922. Some incident from history, some incident in polity, some incident in economy, some theory kind of things in optional classes, other various classes, etc., etc. You don't need to use Google. Don't go for Google Baba, because it will deviate to some direction. Whatever the subject you are going to study, whatever the NCERT sources you are going to read, and what your teacher is going to teach in any subject, anything related to this kind of year, 1922, exactly 100 years ago, like this manner. You also need to always keep 3 years. That means what you are going to achieve, the 100 year and 101 year or 99th year. 1 year before people will ask, 1 year later people may ask. So you have to be little careful, because roughly for my expectation, minimum 15 question or 20 question every preliminary, in preliminary level, like 20 or 19 or 18, whatever it may be, these kind of strategies and these kind of things are appearing. So be careful. And just a second, some voices are coming. I'm not able to focus. You can mute, all can able to mute yourself, so other won't get disturbed. Okay, good. So this is strategy. Simply, you have to make the chart like this. And if you are going to give 2020 examination, for example, 100 years ago, 1922. Okay, now you understand, like this, man, 3 years, don't go for only 1 year. 99th year celebration, 100 year celebration, 101 year celebration. Last year, the expected question, but next year it will appear. This year, expected question, this year itself. Next year, expected question, 1 year ahead, UPSC will ask. That is why it's called as unpredictable service commission. If we can able to going through this kind of year-based classification from the day one onwards, you will find minimum 10 questions, minimum 10 to 15 questions in prelims. Luck permits. If you work very hard and smart, you can able to get it 25 or 30 out of 100 questions without studying anything through the strategy alone. But don't use Google for making event related to 100 years before what happened, 75 years what happened. Don't do that one. Just when you are reading NCRT or any subject, some year will appear, definitely will appear, some event will appear. 100 years before Chauri Chaura incident, and first election happened in 1921. Some act came into existence in 1921. The railway board came into, like this manner you will study in history, polity, economy. You round that year. So be alert, make some extra effort regarding the topic. Definitely you will find some questions. First strategy. Okay, Alamgir, I'm repeating again. The strategy is that the year you are going to give, always try to make some event. What happened? Suppose you are going to write in 2022, which means what happened in 1922, 100 years ago. For safety wise, 101 year celebration. Last year we expected some question. Next year it will appear. UPSC may forget. Next year they will. And next year only some 100 year celebration is going to happen. But 1 year before they will ask. Like this manner in every subject, with the help of class notes, teachers will say something. With the help of NCRT and NBT, try to make this chart. Don't open Google to find these kind of things, because in Google they have a lot of information regarding 175, 50. So try to use your textbook information only. So limited sources, limited information. Easily you can able to manage minimum 15 or 10 question, maximum 24 to 30 questions. In every preliminary, you can check it after the class gets over. You go home and open your, I think you are in home only, you can check 2018. That was the toughest question people are saying that. You can check with that one, Kabir. Everyone. That is the most important thing. Okay. But if a teacher can able to predict like this, UPSC is also, people are, I know some of the friends who is taking question and they are going for correction in UPSC mains examinations. What they will do? They will also smartly, for the past 3-4 years, other than this 100, 75, 50, 25 years celebration, like silver jubilee, golden jubilee, platinum jubilee, for the past 3 years, questions are coming more on 5 years before what happened, 10 years before what happened, 15 year, 20 year. Nowadays, more number of questions are coming. That means the current event. And suddenly some people are saying that you have to read last 3 years current affairs, 4 years current affairs, 5 years current. It is not like that. The 4th year celebration or 5th year celebration. For example, in 2018, there was 2 questions related to Aadhaar bill. Aadhaar card. Everyone is having Aadhaar number right now, Aadhaar card. There was a 2 question in 2018 preliminary related to Aadhaar bill. Why? Because when you are looking according to the strategy, 2009, that Manmohan Singh government was the first one who introduced the Aadhaar bill inside India. And 2018 is the 9th year completion and 10th year beginning of Aadhaar introduction inside India. And 2 preliminary question in 2018 question. Food Security Act 2030, 5th year completion of Food Security Act FSA, and 2018 preliminary you take another 2 questions from Food Security Act FSA. And there was a question regarding leader of opposition in 2018 preliminary. Polity question, leader of opposition based question. Because in 1969, first time the leader of opposition post got recognized by the Parliament of India, and 2018 was the 50th year golden jubilee celebration of that year. So there was a direct question, first question in polity related to leader of opposition. And there was another question regarding ATM machines in 2018. The reason was simply ATM was first time came into exist in 1967. And 2017 was a 50th year celebration. Instead of that 51st year celebration, 2018, there was a question regarding ATM payment gateway, which process National Payment Corporation of India Limited. So like this manner, when you are having some event, which you are going to study with the help of your textbook and a newspaper, you have to be little careful. Nowadays, under Modi government, they don't want to ask what happened in Nehruvian time or Indira Gandhi time or Rajiv Gandhi time, sorry, but they want to ask more questions regarding their own government. 5 year, 4 year, 5, 6 year, 10 year. Like this, many more number of questions are coming last 3 years. So you can also, even that the most important thing, the government gave name previously, government generally will celebrate golden jubilee year, silver jubilee year, platinum jubilee. Like this manner they will go. But for the past 3-4 years, on the basis of the Modi government, they have given some name for 5-year tin celebration. Question. That is why I am always saying that 2018 was the toughest according to newspaper. And you take and you apply the strategy, you can find 5, 10, 15 more number of questions, more than 10 to 12 questions. Sorry, based on this strategy. And remaining 10, 100 years, 75, approximately first 50 question only so far I checked. On the basis of first 50 question, 24 question appeared on the basis of this year-based stratification. 2019 again another 19 question appeared. 2020 again 14 question appeared. These are the separate things you have to do other than your class. The teacher will take classes and he will say that this is the event happened in 100 years, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, silver jubilee, some year, etc., etc. You mark that event. Based on that, you can Google it and try to make some short note, or otherwise you can read NCERT elaborately about that particular act, particular event, give some extra time for that event. You will find question exactly at the time of examination. Out of 100, minimum I am assuring that if you can able to do this smart work very smartly, 20 question out of 100 you can able to get it. Before examination, you will have in your packet. That is the most important strategy. Then current affairs. Updation regarding polity, amendment, newly created acts, recent development regarding etc., etc., history, economy, geography, every subject, minimum 25, maximum it will go up to 40, 47 questions, like 2018, 47 current affairs related questions. And every year, minimum 20, 25 questions. Last year, due to the COVID situation, everyone knows, no one can able to do the preparation properly. So UPSC reduced current affairs up to 25 and they increased more on static area like history, polity, economic, geography from NCERT and NBTs. So minimum 25 question you keep it. And strategy wise, this year-based classification, another 20, 25 question. If you can able to keep some 40, 50 questions before the preliminary examination itself. And for the entire India is going to write examination for 100 questions. And our students is going to write examination for 40, 50, 60, 70. It is depend upon individual hard work. Okay, depend upon the smart work of teachers also. Both the things are interconnected. So be careful. From now onwards, don't wait for anyone. From now onwards, you can make which year you are going to give. I don't know exactly what is about your age and other things. I don't know. But you can use this strategy based on the year you are going to give your preliminary. This is the most important thing. So far I have done 3 things. The first one, that you have to believe everyone, including me, everyone's word with the help of the syllabus of UPSC and old question paper. Thoroughly check. From the year 1979, they have introduced the idea of preliminary level on the basis of Satish Chandra committee recommendation until 2021 examination. I don't know, October they are going planning. So you can check it very casually. You will find the strategy. If it is suit for you, then proceed further. Otherwise, you can have your own strategy. No issue. Second important thing, you are not here to be a material collector. You are here to be a district collector with the help of your first attempt, if not second, not more than that. I'm not saying in a very motivational way. Lot of my students who work in private sector can able to crack within their first and second attempt at the young age of 23, 24, 21, 22. Okay. So you can also able to do if you have the proper guidance. Good. And third important thing, the strategy, year-based classification. Every student must do. And you will get at the time of preliminary. You will get at the time of mains. You will even get at the time of interview. For example, simple logic. When last year, when I was there in board, the UPSC mock interview board, I just noticed some information from the Press Information Bureau, government's current affairs site, that Swami Vivekananda's 25 years celebration related to his speech inside Chicago, the World Hindu Leaders Summit. There he appeared, religious summit, he appeared and he gave some speech. So what we thought in our mind as a teacher of international relations and political science, the same year, lot of discussion also appeared in newspaper that the migrant issue, immigrant issue, illegal immigrant issue inside European continent countries, inside India, the Rohingyas issues. So all the things are happening. Everyone want to enter into some other country in the name of asylum seeker or refugees or employment seeker. But on the other side, 125th year celebration of the Swamiji's speech. So when we clubbed these two things, what Swami Vivekananda, we don't want to talk about religion here because this country is based on spirituality, not religious one. It is secular country. So we make a question like this, that to one of my student, right now he is there in IPS in Odisha cadre, that what Swami Vivekananda's stand on migrant issue. In the Chicago summit, he made a popular remark related to the Jewish community who got some kind of political asylum inside the southern part of India during British Raj. So Swamiji made a proper statement, like what India stand related to migrants. The same question, the year-based classification, what we discuss inside the class and what we asked in the interview panel in mock interview was exactly asked by UPSC at the time of the same thing, at the time of the most important thing, personality test. One question is most important. You can able to impress the examiner well. In his last attempt, there was a person from Andhra Pradesh, he got IPS. And now he is there in Odisha as an IPS officer, senior most IPS officer, aspirant, not IPS. Now he is anyhow, in his last attempt only he cracked. So this is the most important thing, what you need to do. The strategy so far I discussed. Okay, on the basis of these three important ideas. Then you can take any textbook, anything, any materials, etc., on the basis of that, on the advice of your teachers who had proper experience in this field more than 10 to 15 years, they are not only teachers, they are also appeared in their examination. For me, for example, I appeared in 2001. That was my first attempt and first interview, 2002, 3, 4. Attested continuously 4 years. Okay, this was the most important thing. The experience I gathered with the help of the UPSC preparation. So I'm giving. I'm not only a teacher. I am also once upon a time the student of the same Union Public Service Commission. So I can able to analyze the process simply. On the basis of that, I can able to predict certain things. If luck permits, if God willingness is there, like the previous year, for example, 2017-18, that was the luckiest year. Out of 20 questions in mains examination, 12 questions directly appeared from our paper to polity governance, including essay, 2 essay, 250 mark. It's simple. Even last year, what we discussed inside the class, inside a polity governance polity governance, for example, with the career launcher, that same type of question also appeared in essay paper. Like the very most important thing, entire India around 2018 talked about the Ayushman Bharat was launched by Mr. Narendra Modi during August 15th, 2018. So every academy prepared in that manner. But in polity class, this is a duty that there is a syllabus. According to the syllabus, you have to discuss the health issues and challenges in health sector. 2018, Prime Minister announced Ayushman Bharat. On what basis he announced, what compulsion he faced in order to create this Ayushman Bharat, in order to produce primary health care to everyone. Then I found it in 1978. There was a place in the name of Alamata. Okay, so Alamata Declaration happened inside this world regarding universal health coverage. So in 1978, India was a signatory of this Alamata Declaration and 30th year celebration. So some question may appear. So in governance, we specifically discuss about this topic of Alamata Declaration on the basis of 1978. Exactly in the essay paper, they have asked this question for 250 marks. So luck sometimes permit. Sometimes on the basis of the hard work. So what you need to do, the hard work of students and the smart work and hard work of teachers, you have to club it together at the joint way, not individual way. Teacher alone cannot be able to make, student alone cannot. When both hands are joining together, we can easily create noise. The most important thing. So this is the most important strategy so far I am discussing. You can follow, you can practice after checking everything through the syllabus of UPSC as well as the old question paper. Good, first. Second, when you are moving to the subject like polity, because I need to introduce about my subject, polity, constitution. When I am discussing about the polity, because students are asking a lot of doubt regarding polity, how to manage, because I never study polity in my entire life. They are saying 395 articles are there. And Indian constitution is the longest and lengthiest in this world. That kind of privileges we are having. The lengthiest and longest constitution in this world, that is Indian constitution. None other than that. It is a sovereign Indian constitution, is the lengthiest one. 395 article according to the original constitution. But lot of amendment has happened inside the country. At present, 101, 102 amendment happened inside this country. So we have to add 495, 500 articles we are having right now. So that was all the things you need to remember. First question students will ask once they started this polity class. Second thing is that when I'm talking about parliamentary proceedings, majority of the people don't understand. Even if I'm asking parliament, people won't write parliament. They will write parliament. Because they never and ever studied about polity in their entire life. So can we directly start studying polity from Lakshmikant? Yes, it is up to the students. I'm saying that it is up to the students. But personally, every teachers in India right now is saying Lakshmikant only. Even some online academies are teaching Lakshmikant as a module. Module also available in YouTube, free, everything is there. But that is not a good strategy and right strategy. For example, simple sample. In 2019, there was a question in polity. The 1813 Council of India Act, which removed the trade monopoly of East India Company with India, and they allocate only the chai trade and China trade with the East India Company. That is there in textbook NBT, National Book Trust, Subhas Kashyap. That's a book, textbook, authenticated book for 300 pages. But this 1500 pages of Lakshmikant doesn't have that information. Question appeared. 20 edition, they added everything. So when newcomer opened that Lakshmikant 2020, latest 6th edition, all question from Lakshmikant. I'm not against Lakshmikant. I'm not against Tata McGregor. I'm saying the logic. No one can able to question. I can able to prove it. Even previous year, 2010 around, there was some questions regarding starred and unstarred question. Except Subhas Kashyap, National Book Trust, no other textbook never and ever discuss about what is star question, unstarred question in Parliament. Only the government source, National Book Trust, for 350 pages. Discuss and question asked from that book in mains examination and preliminary also. But the most important thing is that guide like this kind of 6th edition, 4th edition, 5th edition will add once question comes. But question will come directly from National Book Trust. It is up to you. Little complicated to study this NBT. You need anyhow, once the teachers' advices are there, guides are there, you don't bother about those things. You can clearly, simple ideas I'm saying that, for example, when I'm going to identify the sources for the Indian Constitution, I will say we have to borrow, we borrowed the sources from various countries. Simple logic. But when I'm looking into those guide-like books, they never and never said that they are simply saying that the election commission, finance commission, these are the original idea of India, original idea of Ambedkar. Like this, they are saying that practically. But in theoretically, if you're referring the book like NBT, National Book Trust, even the idea like finance commission, we borrowed it from Australia. It is there in the book, textbook, not in guide. Maybe in future, once question comes, guide will add these things. Okay. So it is up to the students. You can start with the Lakshmikant. I don't have any issue. You can start with any book, D.D. Basu, Subhas Kashyap. But personally, according to my own experience, question won't go beyond Subhas Kashyap, National Book Trust, Government of India publication. The total page is 340-50 pages. You leave those extra appendix. No need to write those things. It's a matter of 300 pages. You leave content and all those things. Matter of 300, approximately 300 pages. That 300 pages more than sufficient to crack your examination for PT, mains and interview, and your time will also save. But in Lakshmikant, whatever available inside India related to polity, it is there. So you have to select wisely. That's why I already mentioned about it. You are not here to be a material corrector. You are not here to teach polity after some days. You are here to be a district collector with the help of your first and second attempt, not more than that. So you have to decide wisely. Okay, I just am briefing. So you take decision. Good. You can refer NBT also, you can refer Lakshmikant also, you can follow whatever the source. So now, when I'm moving to the polity area, constitution, this is a simple idea. When the moment we are talking about constitution, what are the ideas are coming in your mind? Few years ago, there was a question in mains examination that what is constitution? If you are asking me a question like this, that I can able to say, I can able to write a 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 pages related to constitution for being a political science optional teacher. But UPSC asked this question in 20 word, 2-mark area before 2013. How you can able to write what is constitution? It's a big area, but you have to write within 20 words. Mark is only 2 mark. That is small question also that before 2013. Now it's all are simple. 20 question, 20 into 12.5, 250 marks. Some ABC sections will. So the most important thing when I'm asking a question like this, what is constitution? That is a basic. Because once you understand what is constitution, based on that, you can able to create a pillars of the various organs of government. So the moment someone is asking what is constitution, then your answer must be constitution is, which means a legally codified living organic document. That's all. Even Ambedkar cannot able to refuse to give mark for this kind of answer. A legally codified living organic document. That's all. That is constitution. But when you are going to brief this word, which is going to give an enormous idea regarding polity. For the first point, when I'm saying that it is a legally codified, a living organic document, then who gave this legality? Who gave this approval to the constitution? There should be a body. There should be a body, a group of people who can able to sit together and discuss something. They can fight and tear and do debate, discuss and fight, adjournment, all the things. At the end, they will say, okay, we are coming for the conclusion. This is this. So we need a set of people. We need a set of body. That body can able to fight, debate, discuss positively, negatively in all the way. And finally, they can able to do something in the name of enactment of constitution. So here, the answer is in simple way. Constitution means a legally codified, a living organic document. But in reality, who gave this authority to codify? Then I will say there is a body in the name of Constitutional Assembly. This is an assembly, CA. Constitutional Assembly. Due to some network issue, I would not hear the name of the polity book in between. Yes. The book name is Our Constitution. Our Constitution. I think you can also able to see exactly. Our Constitution, Subhas Kashyap. Subhas Kashyap. He was also a Secretary General of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha once upon a time. So his book is very popular. Okay. He wrote another book also, Our Constitution, Our Parliament. For being a political science optional student, you have to buy everything. For GS students, you can fixed with the Our Constitution by Subhas Kashyap, NBT. That's the most important thing. National Book Trust. That is a source. The government of India is doing this. Okay, good. And it is available only, no soft copy, only hard copies are available. Like only textbooks are available, no internet, like no PDF or something like that. If anyone have, you can share among yourself, don't worry. Okay, Bhaskar? Good. So this is the most important thing. When I'm talking about constitution, a legally codified living organic document, then immediate questions are coming. Who gave the authority to codify? And what is the meaning for codification? Then my answer is that a constitutional assembly. It was a time around 1934. The popular communist leader in India, okay, Mr. M.N. Roy, was the first person in our country who asked if India want to govern themselves, they need to have constitution. If I want to get independent, first I need a constitution for myself. For having a constitution, for creating a constitution, I need a body in the name of Constitutional Assembly. Around 1934, Mr. Roy was the first person. All you will study in classes, don't worry, you just listen how the way I am arranging my argument. How the way you can able to counter my argument. Only two things you need to discuss. So the way how he asked about a body in order to create a constitution. Once I have a constitution, I can able to say I am an independent personality. So India will get independence. For this purpose, only around 1934 he asked. Then so many other people also asked. Finally, exactly if you want to say 9th December 1946, the Constitutional Assembly first meeting happened inside our country. British gave the permission. Okay, you can create. I'm approving. You can have a body like Constitutional Assembly, let them create a constitution. So this Constitutional Assembly is a legally codified body, a legal body, which debate, discuss, borrowed, copied, cut, copy, paste, or started so many things indigenously also. More than 2 years, 11 months and 18 days approximately. 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, they traveled throughout the world in order to collect these sources to debate, do cutting, wetting, and all those kind of ideas according to the Indian scenario. And finally, around the time of 26th November 1948, they had given this constitution to the people of India. And the 26th November, the same day, the enactment of the constitution in 1949 happened on 26th November. And that is the body, once it is enacted a constitution, a codification of this document came into existence, and that codification properly as done by the founding fathers, because the illiteracy was heavy inside India at the time of India's independence. If you are checking the literacy rate of women, it is single digit. If you are checking the literacy of Indian people at the whole, it is less than 20%. So we can't able to simply, for the way I'm taking classes right now, for example, I'm not giving any document to you. I'm not giving any PPT here. I'm keep on speaking and speaking. How long you can able to observe this class without any document or without anything to see or without anything inside this whiteboard? If I'm keep on talking and talking and talking, after 30-40 minutes, according to science and technology, my voice will become noise. No one can able to hear noises of me such a long time, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. So in the meantime, I need to write something here. I need to bring some PPT here. So you can also be able to see from your home. You can also take your book and you can able to underline certain things. See, the interaction is going like this only because I am thinking that you all are serious student. So sometime I need to provide PPT as a proper document. Everything need to be written there. That is the most important thing because you know how to read, how to write and everything. But if you don't know anything, then definitely whatever the document I'm going to keep as a slide PPT here is not going to use for you. So I need to speak. So two kind of people are there. Some people want to listen, hear the lectures. That is called as lecturing methods. Some people want to see the PPT and observe the classes. So in order to balance those kind of people, we have to give material also, we have to give dictation also, we have to teach also. Because now in this online mode, whoever can able to keep something before their computer can able to teach. Now everyone, whether he gave qualified UPSC or he gave attempt or not, simply with the help of online mode, they are registering in some online academies and keep on discussing subject because the online mode, everything is there in the computer. I don't know whether I'm speaking from my mind with my experience or simply I'm reading something before the my laptop or some screen. People are doing simply PPT. That's not a right way. Because it is depend upon the students, audience. It is an organic document because that people around the time of India's independence are having literacy less than 20% and women are having less than 10%. So it is very, very difficult for me. So I have to write everything in a clear manner in order to understand, in order to make people to understand the things properly. So it took almost 395 article and more than so scheduled and parts, etc., etc. So it is considered as a living organic document. Why it is considering living organic document? It's a document, it's a written document, unwritten document. Like UK is unwritten constitution, India is a written constitution. It is a document. But why I am using the word living organic document? Because some constitutions are very, very rigid, like holy books, like Bhagavad Gita or Quran or Bible. You can't change anything. If you try to change anything from Quran, Bhagavad Gita or Bible, then definitely it's a blasphemy. They will cut your hand or tongue. But in Constitution, it is not like that. Constitution is for people only. People won't. Sometimes we need to, vice versa. But when people are not comfortable with the rules and regulation, rules need to be changed for the benefit of people. It's not necessary that people need to change on behalf of rules. So in this category, living organic means in 1950, we enacted, the constitution came into force, the same year, first amendment also came into existence. Second amendment also came into existence. 100th amendment also recently came into existence, like GST bill and land border bill with Bangladesh, all the things. So the flexibility and rigidity is there inside Indian constitution. Indian people, Indian makers want to adopt the constitution according to the need of the people. So it is a living document. It is not like dead letter. Once you have written 100 years, 200 years before, no one can able to change or with a limited change. It is not like that. It's a document, a written document for the people only. So that's the most important thing. Because India is a country is practicing democracy. That is another most important thing. We are practicing democracy. When I'm saying democracy, everyone knows. Next word I'm introducing after constitution, democracy. We all are living in a democratical country. So I can able to say method of developing India means Modi. I don't like Modi. Then immediately I will change my stand. Method of destroying India means Modi. Because it is a democratic country, I can able to criticize the prime minister, chief minister in any way. Right to freedom of speech. But the practicality is that, according to Mr. Abraham Lincoln, democracy means in old time by the people. Everyone knows this popular statement: for the people and democracy of the people. Democracy is the most important lesson you are going to learn in NCERT polity. If I want to define what is democracy in a simple manner, I can able to quote Mr. Abraham Lincoln, who defined what is democracy. Democracy means by the people, for the people, of the people, the government is considered as democracy. But we can't always say that, okay, this is the only meaning which happened around 1780s or 1870, 1875, 78, 79, something like that. Now the democracy got drastically changed. If the question is critically examined, for example, if the question is critically examined, then I have to change the word also according to the question. What is the current situation? Democracy 2.0, I can take it. Democracy 1.0. If the question asked by UPSC only, you can able to modify. Otherwise, you have to say democracy means by the people, for the people, of the people. But if they're asking you to critically comment, then you are having freedom to comment about critically. Now the by the people converted into the category of buying people. This is another most important problem currently existing. Through money and muscle, democracy, people purchased. I'm giving 6,000 rupees, you have to put vote for me. That's all over. Buying people, don't ask after that. Already you got me money, so I won't come to your constituency. My thing is, I already spent this much crore, I want to take the money back as a MLA MP. That's all over. Buying people. And for the people, once upon a time, democracy means for people only. Now, once I purchased your vote, why I need for people? I want to far away from people. I never come back to my constituency again. Democracy 2.0. And of the people. Democracy is for of the people. Government is for of the people only. But now I purchased your vote. I am far away, but still you are asking too much of question through RT and other various things. What I will do? I will send my people. They will come. They will cut your house. And after that, you never and never ask any question in your entire life of the people permanently. Democracy 2.0. If the question asked by UPSC, nowadays they are asking out of 20, 8, 10 questions, approximately 40-50% of the questions are coming like this. Critically examine, critically comment. At least UPSC is having some guts to ask question against the Home Minister and Prime Minister of India. By the way of asking question, you can check 2020 mains, 2019 mains, the way RTA, the ranking of RTA from second rank in this world index, RTA index of India, second in this world, reduced into 6th rank. UPSC asks a direct question in ethics. What you are thinking? Buying people, far away from the people, and of the people permanently is democracy 2.0. If it is critically comment, if simply I'm asking you to discuss about democracy, buying people, by people, democracy is by people, democracy is for people only, democracy is of people only. This is the way you have to write. You have to change your version according to the need of the question. Okay. So, first, you learn something about democracy as a basic idea. Then after that, first you discuss about constitution. Then we discuss about democracy. Then when I'm moving inside, when the moment the constitution came into existence anywhere in this world, you consider this diagram. This is constitution. This is a basic everything. Constitution. Sorry, you can bear with me. Handwritten. And the constitution, with the help of this constitution, only 3 organs of the government, the 3 pillars of the government is also existing. Constitution is the base. With the help of this base, the 3 organs, the various organs, 3 organs, main organs of the government is also existing with the help of this constitution only. Okay. The first one is executives. Second one is the legislatures. That means MLAs and MPs. And the third one is judiciary, judicial services. Executive, legislature, and judiciary, court, Supreme Court, High Court. MP, MLA. MP, MLA. And executives are like president, okay, prime minister, and council of ministers, and some officials of the bureaucrat, etc., etc. Judiciary means Supreme Court, High Court, and district court. That's all, 3 layers. So the entire constitution is acting like a base, and over this base we are having three organs, and we are electing our MLAs and MP. They are legislatures inside state assembly, Vidhan Sabha and parliament, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Then these legislatures are selectively, after the selection, they are electing their executives as a government. And this government is headed by the person like President of India as a namesake president. And the Prime Minister is the real head, and his council of ministers and Attorney General, Comptroller and Auditor Generals, and permanent bureaucrats. These are all executives. And these MP and MLA are the legislatures. One among the MP is going to be the Prime Minister. Varanasi MP, Mr. Narendra Modi, is the executive also. He is also a legislature of Varanasi. And the judiciary is the one completely separate one. The people who can able to do certain conditions, like a law service, BABL, and after that BLM, MLM, and all those things. After that, you actively become advocate, a judicial officer. Then they will appoint as a high court judge. Then you can able to promote it into Supreme Court. So the judiciary is a separate part. So like this manner, the organs of the government is completely classified into three categories. One is executive, another one is legislature, and third one is judiciary. So this entire process, the way we are separating the organs of the government in three various ways, is considered as an idea of separation of power. Last year main question, separation of power. Separation of power. This separate people, USA. These are separate people in USA. Legislatures are different. Judiciaries are the one different. But in India, we cannot able to make separate legislatures, separate executives. We are electing MP. Among the MP, one person will become Council of Minister, Prime Minister, etc., etc. So there is not a complete separation of power. Instead of that, we are having check and balances. Once we start the regular class, I will explain everything. Don't get panic. Don't get nervous that, okay, I'm introducing so many words. Just I'm introducing the vocabularies like, okay, executive, a word you learned today. Legislatures means MP, MLAs. Judiciary means judges. And the entire process, we are separating the idea. Na? You are executive, you are legislature, and you are judiciary, is an idea of separation of power. Okay. When the power moves from the central government to state government to local government, in this horizontal way, vertical way, that is called as a division of power, decentralization process. When the power moves among the people horizontally, this is called a separation of power. In a simple way, you remember. If I'm giving power to my wife and my wife in the her sister, something like that, in within a family horizontally, it is called a separation of power. But I am giving to my assistant is giving to his assistant, it's going down and down and down to the people of India. That is called as division of power. Like the way the decentralization, power from central government has given to state, state has given to the local government. The exact example, Panchayat Raj institution. It's a third important thing. So we are suddenly introducing a new word, okay, central government. It is not a central government. People are using the wrong word when you are writing their examination. So our student need to write it is a union government, but the central government only we are practicing everywhere. Central government will take action against Didi. Oh, Didi. Sometimes people will say like this. Prime Minister will say like this. This is not the central government. This is the union government. It is a union of the things. The most important thing, Article number 1 of the Constitution is clearly saying that Bharat, India, oblique Bharat. It is completely unified on the basis of the idea of not the United States of India, what people originally proposed. But Ambedkar opposed it. He wanted to go for the Union of India only, not the United States of India, because in United States, all states are joining together. Whenever they don't like the central authority, they can announce independence and go back to the as a separate country. But in India, once you join together, You can't able to go back and declare independence. It's in United States of India is not. It is only Union of India, union of all the territories joined together, having a basic principle of indestructible union of destructible state. You can't able to destroy Bharat, that is oneness. No one can able to demolish Bharat. No one can able to divide Bharat. Bharat is one indestructible union of destructible states. I can able to divide Andhra Pradesh into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and Bihar into Jharkhand, and UP into UP and Chhattisgarh, something like that, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Like this manner, Uttarakhand and UP, like this manner, I can able to divide now Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. Dadar Nagar Haveli and Dayu Daman now merged together as a union territory. So anything can possible inside India, indestructible states, but you can't able to touch Bharat, the oneness. That is the principles are existing on the basis of United States of India, not the Union of India. Government at the center is union government. So we are having this idea on the basis of the idea of cooperative federalism. Cooperative federalism, cooperation among central and state. Federation, okay, union and state. It's not central and state, union and state government relation. But even in polity, we'll say center state relations. It's wrong totally. Strictly saying it is a union government, state government relations, union state relations, because we are saying that we are practicing cooperative federalism. Federation, the unity among the central government and state government. Federation. They are joining together in order to fulfill the objective of the Constitution of India. So I introduced the word cooperative federalism. We will explain everything about what is federation and federalism. But suddenly I introduced another word, the objective of the Constitution. Already I told the Constitution, it is a unified document. It is legally codified, a living organic document, I can easily say. But when I'm saying that this document, legally codified, living organic document, the most important thing, is there any objective the Constitution is having? On the basis of the objective only, every government in India is functioning, whether it is Modi government or Rahul government, whether it is Gandhi government or Nehru government, everybody need to fulfill the objective of the Constitution. Then what is that objective? Simply, when I'm talking about objective of the Constitution, you can able to make a formula like this, that welfare and well-being of the people of India is the objective of the Constitution of India. Objective of the Constitution of India. Welfare and well-being is the objective of the Constitution of India. Why I'm saying this? Nowadays, the most another important strategy for main I am going to discuss. Some of my students who got single-digit rank last year. Whenever we are going for answer writing practices, they will ask a simple question that, okay, what is a smart work I can able to do in mains? We will always suggest that go for diagram, flow chart, something you need to do in order to attract the examiner. Because after 2013, now everything, not only word limit, page limit also, question will be printed in the answer sheet itself. You cannot able to write more than that. So now point basis people are writing first point, second point, third point, fourth point. In the meantime, page get over and you can stop abruptly. So no one will think that, okay, you not yet completed the answer, one side. But nowadays, till last year, people are keep on putting diagram, flow chart, but no one is doing formulas in mains examination. When some topics related questions are coming, you have to make formulas. Formula should be the first point. Then you explain about the formula. No one can able to reduce this mark, and no one is practicing this kind of answer writing throughout the country. So our students need to practice here afterward. Once you completed polity, once you completed fundamental right, you can able to make, what is the objective of the Constitution? Constitution objective means to provide welfare plus well-being of the Constitution. Simple one-liner. How I am going to achieve this objective? With the help of the philosophy of the constitution. So what is the philosophy the government of India is practicing, or what constitution is practicing here? Our philosophy is that fundamental rights along with the direct principles of state policy. All the things we will explain in classes, don't worry. Fundamental right and DPSP. When I'm comparing these two things, that is the philosophy of the constitution. With the help of this philosophy only, our government want to achieve what is welfare to the people, what is well-being to the people, supplying cylinder of oxygen continuously, no single death should occur inside our country, should be the objective of the constitution. Whether the government is doing or not. The courts are keep on checking. How the court can able to interfere the activity, administration, and because the court cannot able to interfere the administrative activities of the government, but court can able to check whether the government is practicing the constitution in a proper manner or not. What is the objective of the constitution? To provide sorry, welfare, well and good. Well-being means health sector. Welfare means any scheme, programs, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles, abolition of this and that, bring equality, the Mudra scheme, other various schemes, economically weaker section of the society scheme, etc., etc. But well-being means one and only health sector. Whether the government is taking care of this health sector or not, it is a duty of the High Court and Supreme Court. They can able to ask question. So no one can able to ask question that court cannot interfere into the activities of the government. Court can able to check because judiciary is a final interpreter of the constitution of our country. Along with the President of India, they are the guardian of the constitution. They are the final interpreter of the constitution. I don't know the language Hindi. So when I need something, so I can ask some interpreter at the time of interview once upon a time. Now I can able to speak in any language. You are going to Russia, you don't know Russia, so you need an interpreter. I cannot understand, I won't, because I'm illiterate, I'm an ordinary educated person, I won't understand what is constitution. So I need a person, I will go to Supreme Court. They are the final interpreter of the constitution. Through this power, they are the guardian along with the President of India. Through this power, the Supreme Court and court can able to interfere whether the government is practicing the objective or not. But only few judges are having the guts to do these things. That's a different story. Okay. So this is the way you have to manage. Right? Overall view only I have given. Executive, legislation, judiciary. How the way the judiciary is interfering in order to provide the objective as a guardian and the interpreter of the constitution. So based on this only judiciaries are functioning in India. So in coming classes, we can also elaborate our ideas in various manner. Okay, now my question is that is there any doubt or anything you people want to ask? Anybody want to ask any question? Anybody is having any query? You can ask. Yes, good evening, Aaron. Are you please going to take polity optional class? Now is career launch. It is depend upon the management. You can talk to them. If there is a proper provisions or availability is there, then I don't have any issue to take optional paper. Okay. For the next 5 years, I'm completely free. Just only election got over. So till 2024, I don't have any work, extra work. So I want to tell questions. Okay. For muting and unmuting, I think I'm not the person. Management side, someone need to. Thank you, Banani. You're welcome. Sir, only Lakshmikant and NCERT say enough for optional paper. No, Lakshmikant is not at all text. For example, if you want to say, come to my political science class, I never permit my student to read Lakshmikant. This is a guide. Okay, what is it necessary to read guide? If you have a proper textbooks, proper sources, Lakshmikant will deviate into various areas. Okay, the things which is going beyond your syllabus and beyond the explanation is not necessary. You will load it with a lot of wrong information and unnecessary information. Here my space is very limited. Polity this much only. Economic this much only. Everywhere I need to collect and I need to read newspaper also. I need to read optional paper also. I have to prepare essay paper also. So it is not necessary that you have to read this bulky. But if you comfortable and if you already started your work, no worries. NCERT with the proper textbook only you have to follow, not Lakshmikant for political science. Okay, yes. Sir, can you repeat what was the book name? NBT, National Book Trust. You can ask. Our Constitution. Book name is Our Constitution by Subhas Kashyap. Subhas Kashyap. Okay, you are welcome, Jaspreet. Subhas Kashyap. Repeat the book. Our Constitution by Subhas Kashyap. I'm confused in selecting. Yeah, the optional paper you have to do directly with the idea that the optional need to reduce your burden in GS. First, foremost, based on your interest, whatever it may be. You can take any optional paper, you should have interest upon that option. First, basis of interest. Second strategy you need to follow, your interest. Okay, you have selected an optional. How much it is going to reduce? How many marks it is going to reduce in your GS paper? An optional like public admin and political science will reduce almost 50% of your GS. Optional like geography will reduce certain levels in your paper 1. Some optional paper like you are taking mathematics, for example, I'm saying that you are taking physics. For my optional once upon a time, physics only. So physics means what I'm going to learn in GS paper? Nothing. Science and technology, science and tech, not science. So you have to be very careful with that one. Okay, should we read newspaper daily or month? You have to read newspaper on your own. For being a future district collector, you must read newspaper. Okay, along with the PAB, Press Information Bureau. You are welcome. All are welcome. Please arrange the contact. Okay. Which is the important topic in polity. Polity, for example, the way I am going to take, if you are continuing the classes, for example, only important topic only I will discuss. Around 25, 27, 30 class maximum. 30 topic I will discuss. Okay. Majority of the things will appear in examination. Even other than that, the current affairs basis, some other things will also appear. So we need to slowly and steadily. When you are going the first class, there I will give the proper things. Someone is asking, I'm interested in history, but I bulky one. I'm going for polity. All right. First interest. It is not bulky or something. First interest. If you are really interested, then go. No worries. But how much is going to reduce your burden in your optional paper, GS paper? Only 50 mark or only 100 mark, only 250 mark, only 500 mark, something like that is there. So you don't need to read that 500 mark. In Constitution, have no mentioned terminology upper house or lower house. Is it only for public terminology? Constitution, we won't talk about these kind of things. We are having a bicameral legislature. Even that is also not there in one. We are having a proper provision like Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. For our convenience, we are keeping the upper house and lower house. That we will discuss. You are welcome. I have created a free account, but where is the demo class section? You can talk to the management, Mr. Navid, so they will explain you. Look into the demo class. Okay. Sir already told him to register there. He will help you. Don't worry. This is a small group. I think even at the night at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I can able to see how Himanshu sir is answering all your queries in the site. Okay, it's really a remarkable work. Career Launcher team is really doing well. So you can also get the benefit. No worries. Okay, good. So we can wind up here. Is IR is a good option? That is the most, it's a very popular thing. IR you are going to read in preliminary, minimum 5, maximum 12 question. Minimum 5, maximum 12 question from IR. And exactly 50 mark, 4 question every year from polity area and 1 question from world geography and 1 or 2 question luckily from Indian economic interaction like WTO and other things appearing in your mains examination and 1 IR related essay also there. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay. We'll wind up here. Slowly and steadily, we will discuss further. Okay. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your day. Be safe. Okay. That's the most important thing. Be safe. Okay. Good. God bless you all.